token females, Monica Ferris and Lisa Jorgensen. Woo! Ladies. Okay. Emily Dunphy, the other tournament director, who deserves a lot of for this great tournament. And finally, Ian Boyle-Harper, who I just met moments ago. Thank you, Ian. Okay, now, very briefly, it's going to be 3-minute speaking times, not 2, but 3-minute speaking times. And I'm going to direct the judges to evaluate only 2 things. If they're smart and if they're funny. Nothing other than that. We're looking for amusing speeches. And so it's going to be done in reverse ranking of the break order. So we're going to be starting off with Joe Bricker. Can somebody give me a timepiece to time Joe with? Does anybody have one? If they couldn't, they run it up. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to be the time signal guy for Joe, and I'll tell him when to start. Everybody, let's give him a round of applause.
Okay guys, before I start my serious speech, I'd like to say that I'm sort of the Sarah Palin public speaking finalist. Totally unexpected, bolt from the blue, and completely unqualified. But I think everybody's going to get up here and bash Sarah Palin. What I'm going to tell you is that I, Joe Sixpack, Joe the plumber, want to marry her. Joe Sixpack and Joe the plumber. First of all, in round 1, I got 3.5 stars for talking about dictators coming back from the dead and selling you bodybuilding supplements. I'm also Joe the plumber because I'm dressed like an upper middle class professional, which plumbers are now and probably make more than the average university graduate. Okay, I really want to marry her. I have just such a crush on her. Her eyes are so dreamy. But also, I saw her on Facebook. I went through her pics. I saw John McCain post on her wall. Hey babe, are you a woman? Are you doing anything for the next 4 years? Do you want to help me out? You know, I need a vice president. And if she became vice president, unlike Dick Cheney, she'd actually know how to shoot a gun. Right? Okay. So, what would our domestic life be like? She loved hunting moose. She loves hunting moose. So at the end of a really hard day of her being vice president and me doing nothing and just doting on her, we'd get together under the moose skin covers and do the kinds of things you could use as case studies in round 4, and it would be all really great. I sent her a message on Facebook once, and she rebuffed my request a few times, but then finally I got back a message with this weird attachment of a woman in a swimsuit. Interesting, okay, I didn't know what to make of it. Alright, so our domestic life would be really cushy and really nice. We'd drive our kids to hockey games and things like that. I'd do math with trig. I'd run with track. It would be We'd drive around in the SUV while one of us holds the coffee and does nothing. We'd look really good. We'd drive an Escalade everywhere. That's all we'd take to the hockey games. What else? Our domestic life would be really good. Sarah Palin is also one of those really authoritative, commanding figures. She could have killed all the meat on your plates tonight if it had been moose. But thankfully it wasn't. It was really good. Thank you guys at Hart House. So marrying Sarah Palin would be amazing. It's unfortunate she doesn't want to marry just a guy like me, but whatever, I'm going to have to live with it. Thank you.
I hope you had a good honeymoon. Okay, up next, from SWAT, we've got Alex Liss. All right, perfect. All right, let's all welcome her up, guys.
Alright, so it's possible that many of you won't actually believe anything that I have to say, but I swear to God it's true. My friend Matthew told me to come up here and do my Sarah Palin, which of course I don't have, and to make fun of Sarah Palin in general, but I actually really like Sarah Palin. More appeal. So in the 90s, I made the right decision. I voted for Bill Clinton. I was totally into the salt and pepper thing. So now I'm all about Mac Daddy. I actually think he's a super hottie. Like, I swear to God, it's true. I tell everybody I know, especially the staunch liberals. So you see a trend here. I'm into old white men, those who hold power. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think I've been socialized to do that. So I often get a couple of responses when I say I really want in his pants. And they go in this order, interestingly enough. They say he can't raise his arms. That's the main objective. My response is he doesn't really need to. Then they say he's old. I call that experienced. And then, finally, they get to he's married. But again, I don't see a problem with that. He called Cindy McCain a cunt on national television. At that point, I sense a little bit of tension in the marriage. That's actually another reason why I was totally into Clinton. I always figured he can do Monica, he can do me. So at the end of the day, I really think that at the point where you were a POW for 5 or 10 years, the story keeps changing. You really deserve to be president. So I really trust his judgment when he says go for Sarah Palin. So that really brings me why I think Sarah Palin is great. I actually think I have a lot in common with her. I feel kind of out of place here. I don't think I'm that funny. So at the end of the day, I'm just relying on, wit and charm and all that. But I also trust a lot of her judgments. So first of all, I'm totally into her husband. He's a dilf, if we use that term anymore. But also, she's touching his ass. I would too. I think that she has a very healthy sex life. 5 kids don't just come from the store. I appreciate that. I appreciate that she's instilled those values in her daughter. I would give that to my daughter. I think that she's awesome. Like, her daughter gets pregnant, right? Teenage pregnancy. And she totally stands by her. Goes on national television and says, yeah, this is cool with me. I think about my conservative religious parents and who vote for Sarah Palin and John McCain. And what would they do in a similar situation if I came home pregnant? Then I cringe and really probably check the Republican ticket. I really appreciate that she kept the baby with Down syndrome. I hope that I would have too. I think that okay, I was gonna make this joke. I don't know if you guys will get it. So I'm Russian, and Russian means bear. So I was gonna be like, Sarah Palin can take down a bear, she could take down Medvedev. But that's predicated on you know in Russian, which you might not. I respect her for a couple other reasons. I like that she was a beauty queen, but then she wanted to run for political office, so she did. But then she wasn't even afraid to take off her crown and throw down the hockey puck. I think that's awesome. I think that America loves an underdog, and Alaska is pretty much as under as you could get. I mean, without being Hawaii. I think that she's really brought back the pantsuit and like the formal business casual attire from after HC kind of killed it for me. So really, I think that I like Sarah Palin because it shows that really anyone can be vice president. Something a girl can aspire to.
And next up, from McGill University, Vinay Michael.
Palindrome. Reagan Ronald House my from Russia see can I can see Russia from my house, Ronald Reagan. This may act in a sense forward as backwards. And it's part of the reason why I worry about the world when I see Sarah Palin on TV. I mean, who could live in such a contrived, fairy tale-esque notion of farce of a world? And I was thinking to myself, I was a benign hypocrite. And I thought back to the days of my youth. Thought back to the days of Pokemon. A period unquestioned then, but troubling now as I wonder about all the sorts of problems it poses to me about how the world would work. Problem 1. If you think string theory and quantum mechanics are messed up, how do you explain Pokeballs? Like, what kind of world could explain Pokeballs? It's just terrifying. I mean, in the debate of intelligent design versus Darwin, Darwin is screwed, right? Darwin cannot explain Poke evolution. Also, how the heck did humans survive? Right? Like, in Poke World, how did humans make it, right? Are we just controlled by some psychic Pokemon overlord, or are we just enslaving our Pokemon? Why do Pokemon listen to us? Do they all suffer from Stockholm Syndrome? I mean, how do you deal with free will when you have psychic Pokemon? Shouldn't the government regulate the serious harms possible of little kids running around in the grass, fighting Pokemon with other Pokemon? Clearly, Poke welfare? And then, like any good debater, I thought of the case possibilities. This house would ban Poke beauty contests. This house supports Poke positive porn. This house would privilege economic growth over climate change for Pokemon. This house supports socioeconomic over race-based affirmative action for Pokemon. This house would reserve Supreme Court justice seats for Pokemon. If a female Pokemon is raped and made pregnant by a male Pokemon, and the male Pokemon asks the female Pokemon to get an abortion, the male Pokemon should not have to pay. And then I thought to myself, well, this is Hart House, right? This house would constrict Pokemon in Israel.
And up next, from Swarthmore, Cyrus Stalin. That's all you got.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rudolf Schniegeldorf Stoliarsky. I'm here to discuss covert FSB operations, though I think KGB sounds better. We are responsible for Sarah Palin running for vice president with John McCain. You think John McCain picked such stupid woman on his own? It is all because John McCain wants Mother Russia off stupid G8s. Phew, crisis averted. Either we have Sarah Palin in White House and we have plans for that, or we have blabbermouth Joe Biden who can't even write his own speeches. In Mother Russia, we don't give speeches, we tell people what to do. So between us, here are our secret plans for our operatives in Alaska. We send them in with silent Kalashnikovs. Unfortunately, they are not so silent. They have to be careful not to cause avalanche. So we pick one of our best agents to get Sarah Palin pregnant. He will have sex with her on snowmobile. He needs to get her to pump his oil. That's why we make sure that he has extra large payload. Bonus point if he does shish kebab. We send in another agent for her busy daughter. As we roll. If Sarah Palin is no longer fertile, we catch her hockey player boyfriend in gay sex scandal with Eskimo. We have other operatives in place who will be in charge of taking care of John McCain. This will be a more painful process. All for Mother Russia. We now have firm grip on USA. NATO had no idea that this was coming. We win Cold War II, and USA had no idea they were even fighting. Thank you very much.
And last but not least, from Brandeis, Mark Sandberg.
So I took the time to think about it, and I said, look, anytime anyone gives a public speech, they ignore the resolution and just sort of go directly to their talking points. This would be the one time that would actually be appropriate, so it's going to be the one time that I'm not going to do it. My team tells me that my Sarah Palin impression sounds a little bit too much like an Irish person. Derek, apparently it's the same way I say hello to you, I'm sorry. Whatever, I'm still gonna try for it. I'm going to give you Sarah Palin being asked by Katie Couric the motions at this tournament. Realize something very important. In order to get into an accent, most actors have what they call a contact line. One line that they use to adopt the accent. So for me, that line is Frances McDormand from Fargo. Honey, Prowler needs a jump. Okay, so I think we're good to go, right? Just give me 1 sec. Woof, woof. Okay. All right, so for years now, I've been coming to this tournament here that you folks run, here at you call it Hart House. It's cute. It's a nice house, and I really like it a lot. So, and I realize I don't actually know anything, right? But I come here and I can see Canada. So, that's foreign policy, right? That's totally it's so great. Oh, what's that, Katie? Oh, alternative healthcare. Yeah, okay. So, I know a lot about, syphilis and AIDS. Oh, no, not because of that. No. My baby has Down syndrome, Katie. Yeah, that's how I know about all those things. It's really great. But look, alternative healthcare, it's really important, right? Because if we allow alternative healthcare, we've got a whole bunch of jobs for people who run alternative healthcare. And job creation, Katie, that's what we need to be worried about. That's what John McCain and I are doing. I'm sorry, why do people keep standing up like this? You have questions? No, I'm late. Just, I'll get back to you on those. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Oh, Israel. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because for Israel, they've said it's a bloated court. We can't afford a second Holocaust. It's not. They're our best friends, Katie, and it's really important that we maintain our ties with democracy. And John McCain says that they're really important in a democracy. I don't understand climate change. How does the climate change? The world's been around for 6,000 years. Couldn't we just burn some fossils? I mean, the dinosaurs are dying over in Russia, right? Let's just grab the fossil fuels. That makes sense to me. That guy was talking about little monsters. Let's burn them. God must have created them for a reason. Porn? I got porn sent to my Yahoo email account. I didn't know what to do with it. Oh, Scottish independence. Okay, I know this one. I think Scotch is really different from six packs. It's really different from rum, but most importantly, it's different from whiskey and rye. That reminds me of the three men I admire most besides John McCain, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And it reminds me of our campaign song. Bye, bye, skinny, funny named guy. Drive a Chevy, knock down levies, FEMA will keep them dry. Vote for Mavericks and more Hummers, help fund Joe Plumbers. It'll suck if you vote McCain and I. It'll suck if you vote McCain and I.
So I'd like to thank everybody in our public speaking final. Let's give one last round of applause. Thank you for doing that. Okay, and now I would like to invite the judges that I mentioned before to step